What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah, love the echo. Uncle Mike is back at it. I'm back at it already, baby. It ain't too bad. It's 3:40. It's 3:40, y'all, in the morning. That ain't too bad. I got a little bit of sleep. Jet lag, baby. I'm on the jet lag side. Check this out. Let me take off my glasses because I remind myself to Mike, get right into it. You talk too much. You talk too much. Take your to another channel. No, we love our subscribers. We love our people. And I take in consideration on what people saying. So with that being said, Katt releases Prince footage. Diddy lawyers tried blocking from the trial. What? How did Katt get it? Man, these daggone titles y'all be doing, man, is a little bit of a stretch, man. I'm surprised people don't catch lawsuits just over the damn titles. I ain't gonna say it's clickbait because I ain't seen it yet. Y'all. So, hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Shout out to my team. Shout out to all my patrons, man. Shout out to everybody who's rolling with me. We working on something big, baby. And I think in 2 weeks, they said about 4 days it should be ready. So that means 2 weeks. Cause I swear to God, we hitting all kinds of bumps and bruises, man. You gotta, when you building things and when you working on something, you gotta allow time for all the stuff that you don't think that's going to happen to happen. Because I swear to God, there's a lot of stuff that they didn't think that was going to happen that's happening. So I know, and I'm the one said 2 weeks. I'm thinking it might be a month. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
The rappers that you know that never been to jail and never gotten any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that. Like, those are federal.
What jurors heard today were tales of appalling physical abuse by Sean Combs as prosecutors portrayed him as a monster who controlled people and plied them with drugs, threats, money.
Felt otherwise, and they would always hold this contract up and say, well, you signed it. And I say, well, I understand that. It's not like I want to leave. I just want to talk about this thing and see if we can't make it.
Looks like Katt Williams is about to unleash some never-before-seen clips from Prince. Footage that Diddy's legal crew was grinding hard to keep off the court.
And so I couldn't initially understand what kept driving him, because it just seemed to me like he was never happy.
If the rumors are real, Katt's been holding receipts for years, maybe dropping some of the deepest secrets the game's been hiding.
I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
That's why I can say them so freely. I got receipts for everything I'm talking about. That's why I can say it so freely. I like that, man. Go on, Katt. Give it to him. Give it to him with no chasers, baby. What happened? I hit some of the deepest secrets the game's been hiding.
I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
So, the big question, why were Diddy's lawyers so desperate to block that? Did Prince know too much? Let's break it down. For the longest time, folks thought Prince was just mad obsessed with owning his music. And yeah, he was. The man spent years fighting for his masters, warning artists about shady labels, dropping interviews where he called out the whole music game like a slave system. But near the end, Prince's focus shifted. It wasn't just bad contracts or dirty royalty checks. He started naming names, not just companies. One name kept popping up, Sean Diddy Combs. Prince wasn't just shook by Diddy's fame or power. What really had him nervous was the crew Diddy rolled with and how those moves were low-key changing the whole industry's playbook.
Ricky, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. If you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem.
Around 2015, Diddy got real close with Warner Music Group. Yeah, the same label Prince been beefing with for years. And this wasn't just some petty drama. Warner used to own everything Prince made. His music, his image, even his name. That's why he carved slave on his face, dropping his name for that unpronounceable symbol. He was done playing their game.
So when Prince caught wind of Diddy cutting deals with the very company he spent decades fighting, it hit different. It wasn't just disappointment. It felt straight up dangerous. Insiders say Prince thought Diddy wasn't just business. He was building a new version of that old system, one that didn't just own the music, but owned the people, with more cash, more power, and way less checks.
There's a disintegration going on that we really have to address.
Here's where Katt Williams steps up. In interviews, he said Prince personally warned him about Diddy and Jay-Z, but this wasn't just talk. Prince had real dirt, receipts, footage, names, specific events that could bury careers if leaked. Katt never claimed he saw it all, but he sounded solid, serious. He described Prince as a man who knew too much, losing trust in almost everybody near the end. Prince reportedly taped his own moves, not for memories, but for defense, proof of who rode through his parties, who tried to pressure or trap his guests. Here's where it gets darker. Some say Prince uncovered a whole network where artists got drugged, filmed, and blackmailed at private parties. Sounds wild, but it's not new. Jaguar Wright, Katt Williams, even Dave Chappelle dropped hints about shady scenes behind the curtain. Prince, with his resources and paranoia, might have had real proof. Then, just months after shutting down a major deal with Roc Nation, which would have handed over full streaming rights to his vault, Prince was found dead in a Paisley Park elevator. His death ruled accidental overdose, fentanyl-laced pills found, but something felt off. In his last years, Prince got locked down tight in security. Let only a few inside his circle. Did it keep him safe? Not really.
You know, that also really concerned me because it made me think that, wow, so you mean you do all these things to take care of yourself and you die so young?
Prince wasn't just worried about his own safety. Nay, he was seeing deep dangers lurking in the music biz. In his last weeks, he told close friends about powerful people moving in the shadows, risky plays happening behind the scenes. He called out those exclusive secret parties where young artists felt trapped, forced to show up just to stay in the game, keep their spot. Makes you wonder what really made Prince lock down Paisley Park so tight. What was he so scared of? And what was that last strange warning telling folks to stay safe? All this connects back to Katt Williams, who's been sitting on a stash of proof for years. Recordings, contracts, private talks, stuff Prince supposedly shared with him during a deep 2002 conversation with Arsenio Hall. Katt opened up about how close he really was with Prince. They first crossed paths when Katt was just 12 at a Prince show in Dayton, Ohio. From that moment, Prince wasn't just a star. He became a mentor, lifting Katt up, giving him confidence, and shaping his style. Katt calls Prince a high thinker, always 3 steps ahead of the whole game. While the world saw Prince as just a music legend, Katt says the real magic was how Prince pushed him to own his uniqueness.
He was a high thinker and a guy that was always 30 steps ahead of whatever the curve.
Some fans are starting to piece things together, and the picture they're seeing is pretty unsettling. Katt Williams once said, Prince was always 30 steps ahead, and now people are wondering, did Prince see something darker coming? If Katt was really tight with Prince, maybe he knew about a plot to silence him. Prince was always cryptic with his words, but near the end, his warnings got real serious. People close to him say he knew about shady moves happening behind the scenes in the music world. That's why he always told younger artists to stay woke, to be careful about dangers they couldn't even see. His concerns weren't just random ramblings. Around that time, federal probes were looking into exclusive industry parties, including Diddy's private events. Prince supposedly had inside info on all of this, but the full story's still locked up tight. Insiders think what Prince knew made him a threat to some very powerful people. That could explain why he got more isolated, more paranoid in his last years. After Prince passed, Diddy came out saying he was heartbroken, but Katt Williams wasn't buying it, calling out the hypocrisy, especially given Diddy's past actions against Prince's vision. This whole situation shines a harsh light on the music industry's dark power games. Prince and Diddy weren't just artists. They were on opposite sides of a bigger fight. Freedom and independence versus control and exploitation. and some think that fight might have cost Prince his life.
There's a disintegration going on that we really have to address.
Prince's warnings about Diddy's business moves pointed to some deep problems in the entertainment world, especially when it came to those exclusive gatherings where young artists were left vulnerable. These private parties became key to understanding why Prince felt the need to protect others from the industry's dangerous, shady elements.
I think that we should address this as a community as to what it's doing to the culture.
While the industry's big shots threw wild parties exploiting young artists, Prince was doing the opposite.
The opposite.
His 3,121 parties weren't about status or flexing. They were safe spaces where artists could just be real. No phones, no press, no drama, just real music and respect. That's a whole different vibe from those shady secret parties linked to Diddy and others, which recent lawsuits claim were full of drugs, pressure, and broken promises. Young artists were promised fame, but ended up trapped in a dark cycle. Now, with all the evidence surfacing from investigations, it's clear Prince wasn't just throwing parties. He was building a sanctuary, a stand against an industry that all too often takes advantage of those trying to make it.
The indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the
Many felt their careers depended on showing up to these gatherings, creating a cycle of manipulation. By making 3,121 an alternative to those exploitation-filled industry parties, Prince went head-to-head with the established power structure. Katt Williams later said that Prince's creation of these safe spaces made him a growing threat to certain industry figures. He was directly challenging their system of control. As artists shared their stories at 3121, a clearer picture started to form. The industry's darker practices were laid bare.
That man so good at like taking a line that maybe people would say and then make it into something that everybody now associates with him, you know.
Prince's understanding of these activities, combined with his influence and independence, made him a serious threat to those who thrived on the system. He used his power to warn other artists about certain industry gatherings, protecting young talent from the same exploitation he'd seen firsthand. Now, with Diddy facing federal charges, coercion, abuse, and using private footage to control others, Prince's warnings don't just sound like wisdom, they sound like prophecy. Prince's death ain't just about one man, it's about two sides of the game. One side built on control, pressure, and shady secrets. The other, the one Prince fought for, was all about freedom, ownership, and doing things on your own terms. When he fought to own his name, his music, even his parties, he made enemies. When he held on to his catalog and kept certain folks off his stage, he got isolated. And when he started warning others, he became a threat. The fake pills, the missing footage, the rushed investigation, the sealed files, it all points to one thing: Prince's story ain't over. Now, with the Diddy trial pulling back the curtain, fans are starting to see Prince wasn't paranoid, he was ready. They might have shut down the truth once, but with Diddy's secrets spilling out, everything's catching up. Prince didn't just leave us music, he left a warning. And now, people are finally starting to listen. That's it for this video, y'all. Peace out.
That's it for this video, y'all. Peace out. Yeah, Prince, one of the things about the world's largest rap contest is more than just a contest. And one of the things that I'm doing is trying to teach people, especially rappers, how they can get their music out here without going through record labels and people. You know, you want a manager, you want all this stuff, but these people want to get paid, and they think that, okay, your music, well, how much you think they're worth? You know, you're not worth anything without them, because they marketing, promoting, advertising, setting up dates for photo shoots and dealing with the clubs to get you in the club, the shows and everything. You just do the music. When you do the music, how you gonna get it out there? A lot of rappers, a lot of artists, independent artists, they don't understand that part. They just think it's all about my music. Well, what about all the work they doing behind the scenes? So the first thing we got to do is get that through your mind and get you to open your mind to understand that first. You understand that these people doing work, man. When you mixing and mastering, that's work. It's just your song. With that one piece of you nothing. You can just do your music. Your music is valuable. I understand that. It's your music. But you can't get it out there to the world until you start hooking up with some people that's going to rob you like Prince. See, them days is over with. Puffy. You got to hook up with those people. Prince changed his name. Put Slave on his side and the record label don't believe that because the record label helped make you. The record label actually marketed and promoted you. They got the whole world to start seeing, oh, Prince is a star. These are the people that made you. You ain't make yourself a star. You just had star type music. So you have to learn that part first to understand how to make it and be successful in the business of music. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Hey, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.